Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be taking you through my easy glowy skin routine for dry skin. This is what I've been doing for my skin lately. It's kind of like a nice light summer look, and you can dress this up or down as much as you want. But before I get started, I want to show you what my skin looks like, my naked skin. The only thing I have on right now is moisturizer and SPF. For those of you who don't know, I have rosacea and dry skin and sensitivity, and I have a video about my skin that I recently shared, so I'll put a link to that up here so you can check it out. But I'm going to zoom in so you can see what my face looks like. Alright, so you can see I have redness at the center of my face from my rosacea. I've got an acne scar here that's sort of healing, that's taking forever from a really deep pimple that I had from my rosacea. I've got a really weird texture right here on my face from this zit that didn't heal properly, and a little bit down here. And up here I have a cherry angioma that I had removed, which it looks like a little bit of it came back. So basically with my skin, because I have rosacea, I often have little bumps and little zit-like things and redness. And my redness is actually pretty minimal right now. It's looked much worse in the past, so I'm not doing too bad with that. But I just wanted you to see, what I have to work with. I don't have perfect skin. I have people tell me that I have nice skin, which is nice of them to say, but I definitely don't feel like it because of my rosacea, because I have breakouts. The first product I'm going to put on is the Pure No Filter Primer, and I have been using this a lot. If you look at it, it really looks like it's just kind of like a white gold color. I'm gonna, I guess, put it on my fingers for you so you can see. And it gives you just a nice luminescence or radiance to the skin. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of Urban Decay's Liquid Aura because I did this for Mother's Day when I went to go take my mother-in-law out to dinner, and I loved how it looked. And as you can see by comparison, the Liquid Aura is much more of a cool white with a pinky violet shift. So I'm just gonna mix these two products together and put it on my face. I'm using the Buxom Show Some Skin Foundation in the shade Tickle the Ivory. This is a pretty good match for my skin tone. I need to add a little bit of white to it to make it a perfect match. I'm gonna add NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in white. And I'm also gonna use a little bit of the Liquid Aura because I really love how this looks mixed in with my foundation. So I'm just mixing these together on the back of my hand, and I'm using my body heat to help warm it up, mix the colors together, and then I'm gonna start dabbing this on the center of my face, which is where I need most of the coverage. I really like this foundation because it's light to medium coverage, so it'll pretty much cover up everything I wanted to cover up without looking really cakey or heavy, and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything at all, which I really appreciate. I really hate wearing thick, heavy foundation. I'm just bouncing the Beauty Blender on my face. I know some people say pounce, but it's bounce. Like you bounce a ball, not pounce like a cat. I'm just gonna cover a tiny little thing on my forehead. This is the Kat Von D concealer in L1 Neutral, and I'm just, there we go, using it to cover up the little blemish right there in my forehead. So after I have this the way that I like it, what I do next is I use my setting spray, and I'm using Urban Decay Chill because chill is for dry skin. Hopefully you can see that my skin has a luminosity to it from these steps, but I'm not done yet. The reason I use the setting spray before I move on to the next step is that I want it to be dry to the touch whenever I go to add on any blush or highlighter, so that there's no cakiness and smearing or clinging to wet patches. The next thing I like to do is put on blush, and I'm gonna put on Urban Decay Obsessed blush, which is a light pink, and I'm using my Real Techniques multi-purpose brush. And then I'm gonna take more of Liquid Aura and basically highlight along this part of my face. Now, if you do not like a very noticeable highlight, I would stop at this point with the highlight, just because it's gonna be, I think you can see, it gives you a nice natural looking highlight. Because I like my highlighter to be more visible, I'm actually gonna use Makeup Geek Celestial. And I'm just going right on top of what I just put on with Aura. And that's really it. This is what I've been doing a lot lately so that I can have nice, beautiful, glowy skin and really what I think makes all the difference is having the no filter primer and then a product like Urban Decay Liquid Aura to mix with your foundation. And I'm using a tinted moisturizer, which is on the more light medium side for coverage so that it doesn't look like a full face of heavy makeup. It still covers up all of my redness and I can feel confident that I look great. So I think the last thing at this point, the only other thing I would do is if I was going to be going back out again, I would use another layer of the Chill Spray and call it good. Anyway, what do you think of my glowy skin routine? Please be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss my next video. Thanks so much for watching.